Hi, I'm Lenore Bowles, and this is Life After Heartbreak. So today we are talking about perfection, but with grace. So a lot of us always strive for perfection, and we may not always get there, and sometimes we can be a little bit hard on ourselves. So I am on a new kick to strive for perfection, but allow myself the grace to fail. Because without failure, you're not really learning anything. It'd be great if I could just go out there and kill everything I try, but I'm not that good at things. It may take me a few times to get it. I'm good at some things and not so great at others. So I have to allow myself the grace to fail. So talking about perfection, but with grace, I am very much I'm going to try to kill whatever I go after. And I hope to do really well in anything I do. That has been me since I was a little girl. School came easy for me and college came easy for me. So I tried to kill it every time. I was the student who was 95. No, not good enough. Why didn't I get 100? Or 99, that really drove me nuts. A 99% was not good enough for me. So I really have started learning recently to allow myself the grace to fail without kicking myself and beat myself up about it. So it's an ongoing struggle, and one that I have probably been struggling with for, probably since childhood, because I don't like to fail. I didn't like to lose in anything. I still don't like to lose. I'm ultra competitive. If I'm in a competition of any kind, I'm winning. And if I don't win, it drives me nuts, and that's crazy. It's not healthy, and I'm aware of it. So I am challenging myself now to allow myself the grace to learn the lessons that failure will teach me. It is going to be difficult for me because I don't like to fail. I don't like to lose. So we'll see where this shakes out. But I really just wanted to talk about grace. And I've been reading a lot in the Bible and just kind of looking at a few different things that talk about grace and some sermons that I've watched. And pretty much the end all be all is you got to give yourself the grace to understand that you're only human and that you're not God and you're not Jesus Christ and you don't have to be perfect. I read a quote that said, sorry, my contact is acting up. Of course. I read a quote that said, strive for progress, not perfection. And while that is a very lovely quote, I kind of scoffed at it a little bit because what? No, I strive for perfection. I need to get better at knowing that I will not always be perfect. And this kind of relates to my life after my breakup because I had to learn, it was a very in your face, smack in the face lesson that I spent 7 years with someone and it didn't work out. And we didn't get married like I planned, and we don't have children like I planned. And yeah, I strove for perfection. I did not have perfection in that relationship. Not that I expect relationships to be perfect, but in my mind, a perfect relationship would be two people working together to better each other and strive towards more of whatever you have. And I have a very comfortable existence right now. And I had a very comfortable existence with my ex, and it didn't work out. So I had to learn to allow myself the grace to heal and forgive myself for what I deem as a failed relationship. Now, I don't release a lot of details about the ins and outs of what happened in that relationship on purpose, because if I did, everyone would deem that a failed relationship. It was a failed relationship. Trust me. It was a failed relationship. But I don't release a whole lot of details because I'm not here to bash anyone. I'm really here to show as many women as possible what I've been through, and that there's another side to this. You don't have to be stuck in your misery, and you don't have to be numb, and you don't have to feel like a failure. And once you give yourself the grace to realize that you are only human, the rest of those things start falling into place, as long as you continue to give yourself grace. Because right out of the gate, I started dating and that didn't work. And I was like, damn it, I can't find a man for nothing. Crazy. That's not what it was at all. Sometimes it's your season just to sit and heal and work on yourself. And I had to figure that out for myself. And I did, and it's amazing. I love this life now because I know who I am. And I don't have to worry about, and this is going to sound very selfish, and I'm very much an unselfish person, so this feels very weird for me to say, but it feels good to be alone. Like, I just want to sit on my couch and watch TV and not have to worry about anyone else but myself. And I feel guilty when I say that. But I'm learning, and this is continual learning for me. I'm not there 100% yet. That's okay. I'm allowed to be selfish. I'm allowed to like being single. Crazy! I'm allowed to feel like shit sometimes. I'm allowed to go out and try something new and bomb at it. I'm allowed to, I don't know, drink a whole lot of tequila and then feel shitty the next day. Been there. Not as often as in the past, but I've been there. And that's okay. So I've learned to strive for perfection, because no one's gonna say, I want to try this thing. I don't know, let's say start a business. I want to start a business and fail at it. No one goes into business saying I want to fail. But the reality is, I've never run a business. Maybe you've never run a business before, so you might fail. And if you do, you have a choice. You can either beat yourself up over it, or you can give yourself grace and learn from the mistakes that you made, and then perfect your business. It's an ongoing process. That's the same thing with a relationship. I tried this relationship, and I bombed at it. And it hurt. And it hurt for a long time. And it sucked. And I said a lot of bad words. And I was angry at my ex. I was angry at myself. And I was angry at God. And that's okay. Because God has given us the grace to be human. And it's dope. Like, to know that I can fail at something that I want so much, and I've been given the grace to try again. I was angry at myself. I was angry at my ex. I was angry at God, and that's hard for me to say. I think it's still hard for me to say that I was angry at God, because I tried so hard to make it work. I asked to go to counseling. I cooked and cleaned. I made a lot of money. I have had side hustles so that we were good, and it still didn't work. And he still cheated, and multiple times he cheated, and nothing I did was good enough. And it sucked. So I failed at that relationship. I bombed at it because I stayed too long with a man that I shouldn't have been with. And it sucked having to realize that I spent 7 years of my life failing. Now, was every day of this relationship bad? Of course not. It wouldn't, no, of course not. No one would stay in a relationship if every single day was bad. There were good days. There were good weeks. There were good months. But the good did not outweigh the bad. And so I began praying for guidance and strength. And I just remember one night praying for the strength to walk away because I couldn't do it on my own. I was miserable. I cried every day. I confided in my best friend and told her things that I had never told anyone else. And to this day, she's the only one who knows. Me, my ex, God, and her from my perspective, because only God knows the truth of what really happened. Because my perspective is different from his perspective, and God only knows both and can put that whole picture together. And I felt like a failure, so I was angry. I was angry at myself, and I hated who I'd become, and I was so mad at God. I was so mad at him. Here I go again. I was so mad at him. I was so mad. And I asked, why? Why did you allow this? Why couldn't I walk away? I prayed over and over to be able to walk away, and I never could. And now I understand. Now I understand. I couldn't walk away because I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to suffer. I was supposed to be angry. I was supposed to hurt. I was supposed to fail because I was a perfectionist, and I needed the lesson. And here I am on the internet talking about my failure, tears streaming down, and God, I'm a crybaby, but usually it's in private. I'm so thankful for the lessons learned. I have forgiven my ex. I've forgiven myself, and thank goodness I've forgiven God. Not that he needs my forgiveness, but I needed to give it because I was so angry. I was so angry because I didn't understand, and it wasn't for me to understand until recently. And I get it, and I'm thankful. I dodged a fucking bullet, y'all. I dodged a bullet, and I'm amazed at how different I am, how much I don't let affect me anymore, and how much I can spot BS right away, and I just don't engage with it, and how I address things head on now, rather than letting them simmer in me, suffer and be angry and like it just eat me from the inside. And I love it. Who knew 7 years striving towards perfection and failing almost every day would lead me to who I am right now? Who knew talking about perfection with grace would lead me to tears? But I think it's the first time that I've, to anyone else, admitted that I was angry with God for a long time. Because as a Christian, who wants to be angry with God? Like, you want his love and his favor, and yeah. I am am such a crybaby. Y'all will get used to it. I'm sure this will not be the last time. That's really it for today. Strive for perfection, but allow yourself the grace to be human. And just know that you do not have to suffer. You are a badass. You are built for this. And anything you're going through, there is a reason. You may not understand it. I didn't understand it for 8 years, and I didn't get it, but I get it now. And I am damn thankful for that lesson, because I totally would be, I don't even know who or what I would be without it. And it's not an easy road. It's not an easy road. And I had a friend recently tell me, God gives his toughest soldiers the hardest tests. Oh, I'm going to start again. So I'm out on that note, because it's true. And sometimes we don't get it, but it's true. I'm probably not going to post this video because it's half of the video I'm crying. I don't know. I think I just needed to get all that out of my system. So that's it for today, folks. Thank you for watching. And as always, if I do decide to post this video, you'll see this. As always, please, please, please like, share, subscribe. And when I say share, I truly mean share it to anyone just share it on your social media. You never know who's going to see it, need it, and get the message intended for them. I do this because I truly, truly just want to help as many women as possible understand that there is life beyond the pain and the hurt and feeling like crap. And you do deserve to live a life of whatever you desire it to be. And there's life beyond that pain and hurt that you've experienced from your relationship. And you don't have to be angry, and you don't have to feel numb or be sad, or you don't have to be angry with God. If you are, that's okay. There's life beyond that as well. I'm living proof of that. And it's a beautiful thing. And I cry at beautiful things. And I feel a lot of emotions, and I just let them out through tears. So that's that. Share this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.